Welcome to Gemara Academy. In this class, we will learn Masechta Shabbos, Daf Beis Amud Beis, and Daf Gimel Amud Aleph. Let's begin. This will be a summary of the number of cases of Yitzias. Let's see what the different possibilities are. One is, we count all the cases that anybody's involved in on any level. If that's the case, we have 16. Let's look at the Ani, and then we'll have the mirrored case, parallel cases for the Balabais. The Ani does the Chiyuv cases of Achnasa or Heitzah. The Ani participates partially. There's 4 cases, 2 of Achnasa and 2 in Heitzah. Let's see the Achnasa, lifting up and bringing in, or just lifting up, and then participating partially in Heitzah is when the Balabais started the Malacha by lifting up and bringing it out, or by just lifting it up. Those are 2 cases, and the Ani completed either one of those cases, so we have 4 of those. And the last 2 are when the Balabais did the Malacha of Heitzah into the hand of the Ani, or he did the Malacha of Achnasa from the hand of the Ani. So we have 8 cases for the Ani, and then also 8 for the Balabais. The Balabais either did the whole Malacha of Heitzah, the whole Malacha of Achnasa, part of Heitzah, either by lifting it up and extending his hand outward, or by just lifting it up, and then he participated doing part of the Malacha of Achnasa when the Ani lifted it up and brought his hand inwards, or just lifted it up, and the Balabais completed both of those Malachas. So there's another 2. So we have 2 Chiyuvim, 4 Yisurim, and then the final 2 is when the Ani did Hachnasa into the hand of the Balabais, or he did Heitzah from the hand of the Balabais. Then another way to look at it is, if we count all the cases that either one did an Isser, there has to be some Isser involved. So we drop the 2 cases at the end for each of them, where they were just there and the Malacha was done in or out of their hand. So if we drop those last 2 cases for each, we're dropping 4 cases. We're left with 12 cases. Another possibility is, if we count the cases that have a Chiyuv Chatas, or those that can bring to a Chiyuv Chatas, then we have to drop another 4 cases. The only cases that have a Chiyuv Chatas, or could bring to a Chiyuv Chatas, is if the Ani did the whole Malacha of Achnasa, or the whole Malacha of Heitzah. There's an actual Chiyuv Chatas. And then there's another 2 that could bring to a Chiyuv Chatas, when he started the Malacha of Achnasa by lifting it up and bringing his hand inwards, or when he started the Malacha of Achnasa by lifting it up. He did part of the Malacha, and he could also come to doing the whole Malacha, because since he began it, he might finish it off. And then there's another 4 for the Balabais, either where he did the whole Malacha of Heitzah, or the whole Malacha of Achnasa when there's an actual Chiyuv Chatas. And then 2 cases that are Asr and can bring to a Chiyuv Chatas is when he lifted it up and extended his hand outward, or he just lifted it up, where there he started the Malacha and he could come to complete the Malacha. So there will be a total of 8 cases. Just to point out that the other 2 cases is where they finished the Malacha, like the Ani finished off the Malacha of the Balabais by bringing it out and putting it down, or putting it down. But the Balabais finished the Malacha of the Ani by bringing it in and putting it down, or just putting it down. In those cases, since they're only doing the end of the Malacha, they can't come to a complete Malacha. And the last and final way is if we count the cases of the person is actually Chayiv, not that he didn't, it's mutter, not that there's an Isser that can bring to a Chiyuv Chatas, or even an Isser that could bring to a Chiyuv Chatas. Actual cases where there is a Chiyuv Chatas, there are 4. Now let's look at the different places where these could possibly be taught. 16 we wouldn't count, because since the person is entirely mutter, it's not a case, you don't count it, he did nothing, he didn't do any Isser. 12 we would count, because there's an actual Isser, they're all Asr, but we don't. Then there's the 8, that's the number of our Mishnah. Our Mishnah's basis for counting a case is there's an actual Chiyuv Chatas, or if you can bring to a Chiyuv Chatas. Those are 8, for that there's 8 cases. And then 4, where they're actually Chayiv, that's the number of the Mishnah and Shavuos. So that's what we really have from the piece of Gemara that starts right after the Mishnah on Daf Beis Amud Aleph till Daf Gimel Amud Aleph. It discusses the various numbers, whether it's in Shavuos or in our Mishnah, and this is what we come out with. We have 4, 8, 12, and 16.